Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel World of Vishali. I hope you all are doing well and staying safe. So my today video is all about the complete guide to applying for a resident permit in Germany. Whether you are coming to Germany for work, study, family reunion, I will explain you each step, the document you need, the cost and some key tips to make your application smoothly, hassle-free and successful. So let's get started. First, let me tell you a little bit about the resident permit. So what is resident permit and how it is different from the visa? So resident permit is an official document that allows you to stay in Germany for more than 90 days. And if you want to stay for a shorter day, then you can apply for a Schengen and Germany tourist visa. But for more than 90 days, it's mandatory for all non-European citizens who plan to live, work, study or join family members in Germany. Without this, you cannot legally stay for a longer term. But there are different types of resident permit, like I mentioned, based on your purpose of stay. Residence permit for students, for skilled workers, for the job seekers, for the freelancers, for researchers, and for the family reunification. So you have to choose the resident permit which is applicable to you, like for which purpose you are coming to Germany and staying here for more than 90 days. And the step-by-step process to apply the residence permit is very simple, that you can do it by yourself. And I always recommend in my videos to do the process for a visa and for a permit in Germany by yourself. So what you have to do is first register your address, that is called Anmeldung. Very important. Means you are officially informing the German government where you live in Germany. So this is a legal requirement for anyone who is staying here more than 3 months, whether you are a student, worker, freelancer or a family member. And as soon as you arrive, you need to register it at your local citizen office within 14 days of arrival. Every city, district or town in Germany has this citizen office. So you have to visit the office responsible for your neighborhood. That means where your apartment is located. If you are in Cologne, then you cannot apply in Berlin or a Frankfurt. So when you go to the citizen office, what you exactly need, because definitely you need some documents to submit. The first is the valid passport and the visa if applicable, the rental agreement, your signed contract with your landlord, a special form that your landlord must sign confirming that you have moved into the apartment, and then is the appointment confirmation if your citizen office allows to do it online booking. If not, then you can do it by call or you can visit the office. And if someone is helping you to register, for example agent, then they need a signed authorization that called Vollmacht. And why is address registration is important? I have already given you the sneak peek, but for residence permit, the proof of official address is required. That's why it's also important. To open a bank account, banks also need your registration certificate, and for getting the health insurance also need your address confirmation. And the tax ID will also be automatically generated after the address registration. And you also need it for the other purposes, like to sign up for the utilities, for the phone, for the Wi-Fi and so on. And once you register your address, you will receive a registration certificate. This is a small paper which is confirming your name, address and registration day. So please keep this document safe. You will need to show it for most formalities like I mentioned, and it will be definitely helpful for the future purposes. Step 2 is to book an appointment at the foreign office. So this is not citizen office, this is foreigner office, that is called Ausländerbehörde. Once you have your address registered, book an appointment at your local immigration office, Ausländerbehörde, for the resident permit application. So the foreign office or an immigration office is actually the official government authority which is responsible for processing the resident permit. Like the embassy in your country, they process the visa, and here this office is responsible for the resident permit. So every city or region has its own Ausländerbehörde, and you need to apply at the one responsible for your registered address. And how you can find the right Ausländerbehörde, that means the foreign office or immigration office. So you can simply search on the Google, for example Ausländerbehörde Cologne if you are living in Cologne, or Ausländerbehörde Berlin, Ausländerbehörde Munich, Ausländerbehörde Frankfurt or a Hamburg. Here you can find the list, or you can find the address, or you can check the website of your city under the immigration services. But please note that the booking and appointment is very important. Most office require you to book an appointment online in advance, and appointment can also fill up very quickly. So especially in larger cities, Berlin, Frankfurt, Munich, Hamburg, Cologne, it's very difficult to get an appointment on time. And in smaller town, you may be able to walk in, but it's always safer to book in advance. And if you cannot find an appointment online, then what? Then you just have to check the website early in the morning, as new slots are sometimes released at the midnight or early hours. For example, if someone cancels, that slot is available to you. And third step is to prepare all the documents when your appointment is ready. So the documents that is required: the passport with the valid visa, biometric photo, proof of health insurance, either public or private, proof of financial, that means the bank statement, block account, salary slip, sponsorship letter, but this depends on your purpose of stay, which is not applicable to all. And then is the rental contract or a confirmation from landlord. This is applicable to everyone. And the Anmeldung certificate, which is the proof of your address registration. The university admission letter, which is for students. Employment contract if you are applying for a work permit. The freelance client and business plan if you are applying as a freelancer. And marriage certificate and spouse residence permit for the family reunification cases. Please note that every case is document and documents is depend on your purpose of staying in Germany, but some of the documents are very common. Once all the documents ready, then you have to submit your residence permit application at the Foreign Office, and you have to pay the fees over there. So you have to submit all of this document in person at the office during your appointment day, and you have to bring your original and the photocopies of all the required documents. And for the passport size photos, make sure that it should not be older than the 6 months. And the application fee that you pay over there, it depends on the permit type. For the study permit, it's around 100 euros approximately. For work permit is between 100 to 110. For freelance as well, it's between 100 to 110 euros. And for the family reunification, it is around 85 to 100 euros. So most Foreign Office will ask you to pay this fees directly at the appointment, and you might pay at a cashier window, that is called Kasse in German, inside the Foreign Office. In some cities you pay by card, EC card, but cash payments are still very common. So I would say bring both just in case anything is required. And they will give you a receipt. Keep this safe for your future records, and then you have to wait for the approval. And the processing time can take around 4 to 8 weeks. So apply early as soon as you arrive in Germany. When your permit will be approved, then you will get an email or a call by a Foreign Office for the residence card collection. On the given date, you have to visit the office and then collect your residence card. But here is the important information for the people who will be applying in Berlin, Hamburg, Cologne, Munich, basically the bigger city. The resident permit process can be start online as well. For example, in my case, when I started this process, I sent an email to the Foreign Office and I got reply to submit the documents by email. So that's how I did. So for example, the document submission or the initial application request may be possible online, but however, you will still need to visit the office in person for the biometric data, fingerprints or a photo, and for the final approval. So check your city immigration office website for the most up-to-date process. Now let's talk about what if you apply for a residence permit late. That should not be the case, but let me tell you what will happen. So first thing to keep in mind is that you should apply at least 6 to 8 weeks before your current visa expire, not later than that. And if your visa expire and you don't have any appointment confirmation, you could face fine or legal problems. But if you applied on time and your appointment is after your visa expired, then the Foreign Office is usually gives you a temporary document which allows you to stay legally until your case is processed. Lastly, I would also like to share some tips which you can follow during the process for applying for a resident permit in Germany that will definitely help you to do all the things very easily. For the residence permit, please apply early as appointments fill up fast, most important. And double check all the documents to avoid any delays. If it is all organized, then it will be easy for the Foreign Office as well. And then is the preferable to learn basic German because it helps during the appointment. Otherwise, on day of appointment, it's better to bring a translator or someone who can speak German so they can easily communicate with you. And make sure to get the health insurance, private or public, before applying for this permit. And you can also track your application status online if your city support it. Otherwise, after 4 weeks, you can take follow-up with them on email or call. Yeah. That is all about the resident permit full guide, tips and the important information. Hope you found this video helpful, and if you have any questions, Please drop them in a comment box and don't forget to like, share, subscribe for more Germany visa tips, relocation advice and the travel content. See you in the next video. Until then, bye bye and good luck.